Okay, Kenzie. So finally, this is the first day in weeks that I had a little normalcy with the cruise, Connor's surgery, everything just busy, busy. And so Michael, like yesterday, I had to take Michael to work. So even having a morning home it has been a long time coming. I mean, it was nice. Your grandma was here, and I loved having my sister here. But I am kind of glad that I have a little bit of morning to myself. And I decided, since you are moving away, and I want you to continue your guitar journey, I'm going to continue your lessons virtually. And I remember I posted a couple videos. I mean, you don't remember, but I posted some kind of recapping when we had a little time together, just kind of reiterating it. So this is going to build on that, but I'm going to give you some background knowledge about my journey. It's not right, it's not wrong, but it might be helpful because I think you the way your brain works, like we kind of think alike, and so this might make sense to you. So musically, and when you get your next guitar, we'll see how that'll be awesome to see. When you get it, remember there are some things we talked about, and capo was one. So we had the capo on it, which I told you, it allowed you to do the same fingering for like the G that but you can slide it down, capo one, it becomes a different chord, a different chord. And then, so there's charts called a capo conversion chart that I would use when I was first starting, because I wanted to learn how to play so I could sing, and or at least have somebody sing along. And so I went ahead and I was trying to find songs, but I didn't, like, they were in keys I didn't know, and I didn't want to learn what the F sharp minor was, or the D minor. I hate the D minor. I hate it. On the piano, love it. On the guitar, I still can't do it. I am so not a good role model for you in my ability to get into technical accuracy. I kept to the basics. So what I'm giving you is a very basic, because remember, my objective was to just enjoy music. How do I bring it into my world so that it becomes a part of what I want? I don't need to impress anybody. It just became a passion for me. And that's what I realized a lot of people have. But remember, the barrier was, I always thought you had to do it right. And I always looked at music as very specific and accurate. So my lessons for you, and possibly I think for your dad, who talks about wanting to learn the guitar, and then even Connor, man, look at my hair. Connor, wants to, we were saying, now that he has that, the Achilles healing he has to do, maybe this would be a good time to learn, take up the guitar. But we'll see, easier said than done. It's not like he's sitting around doing nothing. So there is a 1-year-old rampantly overturning that home. So anyway, I want to give you some quick overviews and explain how I started my thinking about songs, so that you can at least understand why, when I found the guitar app that I showed you that does all this, you don't need to do this unless there's a song you want to carry around, like you need a hard copy. Then how you write it out or how you transcribe it is up to you. But I'm going to go way back, and I'm going to just give you I laid them out. You'll see, I have these laid out. So the very first one, this is one that I did for, and I can't see, so I have to hold it. But it was Ed Sheeran's Photograph. And it was in the original. See, there's nothing at the top about a different capo. And what I did was, you'll see those dots that are in there. The dots were where I noted that was when the chord was supposed to change. So I'd be because I'd find the music online somehow. I'd do a Google search and find an image. But eventually, like I said, that guitar app does it for you. And so what ends up happening is I would mark and I would label for each dot what was the chord. Eventually, though, it gets really confusing, because then you have this was 2 out of 3 Ain't Bad by Meatloaf, and it's you can't even, like you can't keep, I couldn't even find my place in that song, you know? So I started realizing I needed to look more for patterns and find out where those patterns are and just show repeats. So like in this song, Vicea, Bird Set Free, you know, it goes into, it has those 4 chords, but then silly, like they repeat the whole song. That's all the chords. It's the 4 chords over and over and over and over. And that's what I love about Sia. And so then I just got smart and started just saying, you know, all right, here's the real deal. Just put it once and just kind of know it repeats. And even on this one, notice I was trying to like label with colors, thinking maybe that would be helpful. Again, didn't have the guitar app. Eventually I got to songs like when I got Wrecking Ball, and notice there's no capo. Oh, these other ones, notice that the capo was, I put at the top capo 2 because I found it in a key, but it wasn't those chords. So I went to my capo chart and said, what is the G lined up with the E? And then I would go over and say, oh, it's this capo 2 or whatever. I still don't know the details of that. Now I'm just putting it in there, like, and then I go and like, here's Jolene, which is again, it has a small pattern change that kind of then just repeats. And then you have like Hallelujah, which has the chorus, but then I would put little notes. I can't see if you're even seeing what I'm pointing to, where my camera is. Like a little slide there. So anyway, sometimes like this became like, this is the chorus, a verse, and I don't need to put it every time the verse shows up, but here's then the chorus is where it changes in the end. So I was like, all right, those are ways that I kind of found that I thought were helpful. But I also, what was helpful was finding songs that were easy to play. And songs that I could focus on a few chords and not have to worry so much about like that first few ones I showed you, which is Madness, you know. So this was a song that I really like because it helped me to do that. It helped me to just kind of practice. And it's that song by Bruno Mars, Marry You. And if you look, I don't know if it's showing, I have like this phone. Like, you know, I wish I could flip it around while I'm recording, but it won't with video, at least not on my version. Anyway, now I'm going to put this down. So this is just 3 chords over and over. And these are the ones you know. So just to review, remember a G is that G. And then there's the D down at the bottom. And then the E minor, which I love. That's my favorite because it's only 2 and it has I love minors. And then this one doesn't have it, but the other one we practiced was C. But we're not going to do C in this song. In fact, we're not doing any of those because we're going to change the capo. So if we did this song without the capo, with these chords, it would still work. It's just going to be in a higher or a lower key. It's going to not be the key it was where I'm trying to get close to it. And in some cases, it's accurate. And in some cases, it's just like it's doable for somebody who's happy with mediocre but fun. Like I said, I'm not here to impress anybody. So here it is if I do this song without the capo. It's a beautiful night, looking for something dumb to do. Hey baby, I think I wanna marry you. So it's actually 4 bars, like you can almost hear, it's a beautiful night. And then you'll see I'm gonna change the chord, and then it goes, looking for something dumb to do, and then it changes, hey baby, but then it goes back to the D. So it's D, E minor, G over and over, but it actually ends, each measure is actually ended with a D, E minor, G, D sequence. Anyway, so again, like this is how it helps me to like follow. I don't put dots on this, and this song, the reason I like it and the reason why I was going to encourage you to maybe play with it is because, especially when you put the capo on the right one, then you can hear it in Bruno Mars's closer to what he sings. And this will help you see my hand better anyway. But in the song, you can slow it way down and make it like this super ballad, but you can also like practice and don't say no, 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 and say yeah, 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 and go, 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 go. If you're ready, like I'm ready. Anyway, or you can just slow it down. Don't say no, 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 no. Just say yeah, 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 yeah. And then G. And then we'll go down to D. I'll sing through the chords, ready? D, we're going to E minor, then E minor, and then to G. Oh, go to G, but we're going down to D. What's going on? So again, you can do this one as like but you could also go like. I know this little chapel on the boulevard we can go, oh, oh. No one will know, oh, oh. It's hunger. Who cares if we're trash? Got a pocket full of cash we can blow, oh, oh. Notice my hands. These fingers, I'm doing a lot of this. Don't pay attention to this. Notice what I'm doing here. I'm switching the chords. I'm doing all my fancy fingering down here because what I've realized is if I have this held, I can almost do anything. As long as I'm not like stringing that hard. I can do it up here. I can go down here. I can do the whole thing. I can do a weird... It's not going to clash. And then we go to G. So these are all, I'm just holding the same ones. I'm just playing with the chords that are the key. So to me, this is what made it start having fun, is I could not worry so much about this, which is where my head gets too distracted. So anyway. Who cares if the trash got a pocket full of cash we can blow, oh, oh. Shots of Patron, oh, oh. Not yet, you're just 18. That was for your dad, in case he ever takes guitar lessons and wants to watch this. Alright, so again, this is a song where you can do, don't say no, 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 no. I'll say yeah, 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 yeah. And you can go, 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 go. If you're ready, like I'm ready. And so my advice for beginners and other people are like, no, you're not teaching them right. You're teaching them how to cheat. And I had people like, I'm not giving you any of this because I'm trying to tell you how to do it right. I'm trying to say, if you want to have fun and not get too bogged down in the details, at first, these simple things can make it really fun, and you get to like think more about this weird stuff that I used to always think about 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and it was like, oh, who gets inspired by that? At least I didn't, but some do, and some are so they use a metronome, and if you are that way, go for it. Find your spot that gives you fuel and all that. But if you also just want to kind of keep things simple, this is where simple started for me. Anyway, love you. I hope your travels are safe, and I'll post this and let you know. And next time I'm inspired, I'll share a little more.